This story took place in the mountains of North America. There lived a man named Franz Smith, who led a quiet life in harmony with nature. One day, his life changed dramatically when an eagle suddenly carried away his grandson during a family celebration. This event shocked everyone, and everyone wanted to know the reason why the eagle did this. Franz Smith was a man who dedicated his life to caring for animals and nature. He was a guardian of nature and always tried to help injured or needy creatures. One day, he went hunting and found an injured eagle with a damaged wing. Franz decided to help the eagle and brought it home to heal. For several weeks, Franz took care of the eagle, feeding it, giving it water, and treating its wounds. The eagle looked at him with a piercing gaze, and there was a special bond between them. When the eagle recovered and grew strong enough to fly, Franz took it outside and released it. He knew it was time to let the eagle go and allow it to return to its home. Looking back at Franz, the eagle spread its wings and soared into the sky. The man watched until the eagle became a small dot in the sky. However, the story did not end there. Returning to the mountains, the eagle continued to visit its savior and his wife. Every few days, it would perch on a nearby tree and watch the people. Sometimes, it even joined them. The bond between Franz and the eagle never faded. In their friendship, they found an understanding that transcended words. Through his care and kindness, Franz gained a friend in the eagle. A few years later, Franz had a grandson. His parents decided to bring the baby to the mountains so he could meet his grandparents. Sitting on the porch of the house and holding his grandson in his arms, Franz said, "Look, Albert, these are the mountains where your grandfather has lived his whole life, and someday I will teach you everything here." At that moment, a familiar cry sounded in the air. Franz looked up and saw the eagle circling above them. "And this, Albert, is a very special friend," said Franz, pointing to the eagle. "He is also part of these mountains." The eagle descended and perched on a branch, curiously observing the newborn baby. It seemed to be greeting him. That evening, the Smith family celebrated Albert's arrival with a grand feast. Laughter and joy filled the air as everyone gathered to honor the new member of the family. The eagle watched the celebration from its tree, keeping a close eye on them. However, as the day progressed, the eagle began to behave strangely. It emitted unusual cries and flapped its wings. Franz, who was watching the eagle, felt a sense of unease. Something was wrong. And then the unimaginable happened. The eagle suddenly swooped down from the branch, snatched the child with its claws, and flew away with him. Franz's heart stopped as he saw the eagle carrying away his grandson. The Smith family rushed after the eagle, screaming and waving their arms in a desperate attempt to make the bird release the child. Franz was in confusion and horror. The creature he had cared for and considered a friend had kidnapped his grandson. He couldn't comprehend it. How could a bird that had shown so much gratitude and friendship do such a thing? The fear for Albert mixed with a sense of betrayal. He had trusted the eagle, opened his home and heart to it, and now it seemed all of that was in vain. But deep down, he refused to believe that the animal could harm them. Something was wrong that he did not understand. And then the ground shook, a deafening roar filled the air, and the mountains behind Franz's house began to collapse. Huge rocks and earth fell directly onto the Smith family's home. Franz and his family stood frozen in horror, watching as their house was destroyed by a landslide. The home that had been a refuge for generations of Smiths turned to rubble in mere seconds. But then the eagle returned from the sky. It swooped down gracefully and placed Albert on the ground. The family rushed to him, hugging and crying with relief. Franz turned to the eagle, his eyes filled with wonder and gratitude. "You knew this would happen and took Albert to a safe place. You saved us all," said Franz. The eagle simply looked at him with its golden eyes, shining with almost human intelligence. Then, with one last cry, it soared into the sky and disappeared from sight. From that day on, Franz and his family never forgot their debt to the eagle. Though their home was destroyed, they remained alive and unharmed thanks to the eagle's timely intervention.